Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson at AnimeLocation.tv. I'm at Colossalcon 2012 with Samurai Dan. How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
All right. So it's only been about like a month since the last time we got to see you guys. How's it been for you guys since then at Anime Central?
Really busy. We're in the middle of like a 30 weekend in a row series of events being booked places. I have to say this is our first time at Colossalcon. The resort here is unbelievable. I think if we were that kind of people that my wife would make me go places that we weren't performing. This is a place we'd go just to be on vacation and play in the water park.
It is amazing here, and the people up in Ohio have been amazing and friendly and awesome so far, which is a neat thing for a lot of the places we travel. Sometimes the area it's in is not
Don't
as
say bad
nice.
things about other places. We like this. Hi, welcome to our TV interview. Folks, I'd like you to meet my little sister and my aunt and...
They ran away.
And normally it's the red uniforms that die fast and stuff.
Okay.
So as you can tell, Colossalcon's ridiculously busy. We found the quietest corner in the place for this interview, and we're still having. Hi, Mom. Come be in my interview.
I don't know if I want to be in your interview.
My
or
mom.
not.
Okay.
Sorry, son. Hey, I saw you at ASEN last year.
So did they.
Yes? Hi.
Tell them we were awesome.
Yes, they were awesome.
See? Totally unsolicited, unscripted. All right, back to our interview, because I know you'll edit most of that out.
Okay. Is there any difference when performing at a large convention as opposed to smaller conventions?
Yeah, small conventions tend to be a little bit more intimate. You actually get to interact with more people individually. Both of them have positives and negatives. I guess the biggest difference for me is I have a very over-the-top personality, and sometimes at a smaller convention, I can be overwhelming to a small group. Hey. So they both have good things, and actually getting to go back and forth doing a convention the size of ASEN is amazing, but then the next week we're at a much smaller event in Wisconsin that's much more just an intimate, and it's really, really fun. So I couldn't pick one over the other. I just look, it's like going to a buffet for me. I look at it and say, okay, I'll take it. And that's kind of how cons are. We like both, but there is a big difference in energy and how over the top you have to be or are allowed to be.
He gets a little crazy sometimes.
All right. And now, how are the early returns looking for your new book?
What book? Oh, no. No, the book's been out for about a month and a half, and that's actually, it's a good time frame because people are actually just finishing reading it. And so we have several reviews up on Amazon.com from people who have read the book, and it's actually going well. I'm really confident in what I do as a martial artist and as a stage performer because I've been doing it for a long time. The novel, this is my first book, and I'm ridiculously nervous about it and really excited and wanting it to do well. So any negative thing about it at all, I'm just kind of crushed and don't ever want to pick up a laptop again. But the reviews are actually going really well. We actually got a card in the mail just before we left to come out to the convention. We got a card in the mail from somebody who got a copy of the book and read it and just finished it and wanted to let me know how much they appreciated it and that they had all these questions about the characters and which ones will appear in the next book. And so it was really good.
It is very cool.
Alrighty.
Wow, you're not the best color
shush.
commentator in the sporting industry for nothing.
Oh. So, for those fans that are thinking about buying your book, what do you think are some of your good selling points to it? Like, what would motivate someone to want to read it?
Has violence.
It's a really, really
Naughty
good
words.
storyline. I mean, even if it's not something that's within what
I know,
you typically.
You're walking through a live TV interview, but say hi to my dad. We really need a staff person standing right there saying, "None shall pass." Okay.
But
sorry.
only if they're dressed like Gandalf.
No, none shall pass was the Black Knight. Gandalf said, "You shall not pass," and then he broke the bridge. You really don't want property damage to Khan, which is why we don't often arm her.
Back to the book. Anyway, it's a really, really fun
Never mind,
story.
walk through our TV interview. It's great. When the guy says stop, it's a good plan. Cut.
I recommend the book, even if it's outside of a story that you would think necessarily is something you'd be interested in reading, because I absolutely love the way he tied the characters together, the character development, and you just get lost in the story, and you have to know what happens next. Which
Unsolicited support.
no, it made it incredibly agonizing to be the person by his side as he wrote this novel, because I would get it a page at a time. You talk about cliffhangers where it cuts off and you want to read the next part. You can't when it's not written yet.
Sorry, dear. I'll talk slower and write faster.
Okay. What are some of the things that you're most proud of that you bring to a convention for your shows?
Excess personality. Well, seriously, we run a martial arts school for a living, and when people see martial arts on a program guide, they're expecting to see, obviously, martial arts techniques, but it's all serious and it's very dry. And frankly, if you have children that do martial arts and you go to their tournaments, the only people that go are the parents. And when we do our shows, it's about the martial arts, but we bring, I don't want to say style because that sounds like I'm bragging about myself, but we definitely bring something different to the table.
No comments here.
Okay. So what would you say would be something that you can try to get fans to come back to the show if they've only seen like a little bits or one part of it? What would you say? Why would you leave and then not come back? Like, what would you guys say would be like? Well, you missed this great part. Like, what would be one of your best parts that you guys have that some people may have missed?
The thing about our shows, though, is we have an outline, obviously, a script, so the techniques and things you see show after show. But the biggest part of our draw for audience members coming in is the fact that I have poor filters or none. So if it comes in, it comes out. And so you're going to hear
what he's going to do next.
You're going to hear new jokes at every panel, every show, even if and we develop kind of I hate to say cult following, but I'm going to say it because I always wanted to run a cult. Naked set, no. But we develop a following sometimes at conventions where people don't know us and they slip into one panel and then they end up going to all of our panels over a weekend or all of our shows just because you really don't know what I'm going to say or do. And hi. Oh no. Come be in our show.
Okay. So is there any upcoming or new projects you guys want to talk about at this time?
The sequel to my book is half done. With any luck, the company that published the first novel just signed a deal with national carrier. And if things go well, the pack will actually be on bookshelves by Christmas. And that's the time frame for me getting the second novel done. So it's half done now, and it should have been done a while ago, and life keeps getting in the way. So in addition to traveling every weekend and getting to perform, we have to get the second book done.
We're also working on a series of DVDs showcasing the information from our different panels that we host, because we do better than a dozen panels, but not ever all the same weekend. And a lot of times we have people that are interested in the information. They're like, well, you didn't do this panel here. And so we're working on having something available for people to be able to take home.
Now, is there any way fans can follow you on the internet, and a final message for fans?
Talk to the blonde.
Check us out on Facebook. We're listed under Samurai Dan and Jillian. You can also find our individual profiles.
Any messages for fans?
Come see our show.
Come pick on him.
All right, well, thanks, guys, so much for talking with us here at Anime Location and here at Colossalcon 2012. Thanks so much, guys.
You might want to do the exit again. She walked right through it. Hi, remember last time?